Time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by Helene Curtis, makers of Stopette, Suave, and Shampoo Plus A. Now, let's all play What's My Line?
Let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the delightful star of stage and television, Miss Arlene Francis.
Thank you. And to my left, a gentleman, a witty fellow who has certainly found out that two heads are better than one.
That's me, and I'm here again, my dear.
Jerry. I want to tell you, you look so marvelous in this new formal.
Oh, thank you. You know, the reason I'm wearing a tuxedo was because I mean, the last time I was here, I was wearing the sweater, and this, oh, please, Arlene, I'm only human. Don't look at me.
All right, you be quiet now until we play the game, will you? Just hold beautiful thoughts.
All right.
All right, dear. All right, that's Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney without a doubt.
Thank you very, very much for that very friendly introduction. I'm really getting to feel that I'm one of the family.
Oh, isn't that adorable? You're one of the family. Kiss me.
Oh, come on now, stop. Oh, well, I have a little arrangement with Jerry. He introduces Dorothy Kilgallen, and then he retires for a while.
Retires. Plunk in the trunk. That's where I retire.
All right, will you introduce?
Certainly. On my left is a phony ventriloquist.
No, come on.
Oh, and on his left is my favorite redhead and yours, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Thank you. And on my left is a very clever and amusing fellow who a week from tomorrow night will open his summer tour in Binghamton, New York, with his own review, What's the Rush? Mr. Robert Q. Lewis.
Thank you. To my left, America's favorite conférencier, your host, Mr. John Charles Daly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's My Line. Once again tonight we have some very interesting occupations, all attached to some nice people. And with this combination, we expect to give the panel some trouble. In fact, I'll start giving the panel trouble right now. Please put on the blindfolds right away, quickly. I know it's hot, but still. We'll have also a mystery guest before the panel a little bit later in the show. We'll meet our first challenger in just 1 minute. All right, panel, the blindfolds all in place?
Yes.
Good. We'll meet our first challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? If you'll join me here, as you know, panel, we've put your blindfolds on because there's an area of identification here, either in the name, which has been written on the board, either in costuming or perhaps appearance. There's some facet of our guests' physical makeup or physical actions upon the stage that would suggest too much to you, so you have been blindfolded. Will you know, sir, how we score this operation?
Yes.
All right, in that event, let's let the folks at home and our friends here in the theater know exactly what your line is. First challenger is self-employed. With that, let's put Robert Q. Lewis to work.
Do you render a service, sir?
Yes.
This must be some kind of service that would make you well known to many people. Is that possible?
Yes.
Is it a service that might have anything at all to do with the entertainment world?
Yes.
Might I easily recognize your face?
Yes.
Would I be safe in assuming that you are not an entertainer per se? By that I mean singer, dancer, comedian.
No.
I think no is the proper answer there. Our guest has an identification with the public so broad in this area that we would have to accept that there is a substantial reputation as an entertainer, although this does not exclude reputations in other fields. Miss Francis.
Well, then you are a singer, dancer, or an entertainer, right? One of those?
Yes.
Are you known for one of those more than another?
Yes.
Well, that kills the singing bit. Are you a dancer or some other kind of performer?
Yes.
Do you like it? Do you appear on the stage?
You mean explicitly here, the Broadway stage, or the present of?
No, I mean, has our guest appeared on a stage, in a musical or in a nightclub act or some such? Not lately?
We'll have a small conference.
Yes.
Well, are you perhaps better known for something other than performing?
Yes.
Are you a producer of some kind?
Yes.
Are you a producer in the picture business?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Winchell.
Are you a producer in television? It's very quiet.
He hasn't
it's
produced
television.
lately. Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe. Well, that's a good question. That's almost as good as one of her weenies. Have you produced a show lately? A recent production?
Yes.
Do you produce a program that is on steady? Once a week or...
What's happened over there?
Maybe the network hasn't told him.
Yes.
You do produce a show on television. Is it a weekly show?
Yes.
Is this particular show in the category of a variety show? All righty.
I would think in the broad classification, wouldn't you, sir?
It's got broads in it.
Miss Francis.
Well, by that I would mean, is it more or less a combination of singing, dancing, music, rather than a situation comedy or a quiz type of program?
Yes.
Is this particular program on this network?
There's a
Yes.
poignant question. Did he say yes?
It is.
Yes.
Would they bring him in from another network?
Hardly ever. Let's
Uh,
try.
Well, I'll just take a wild guess. Is this program on Sunday night?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
That was some wild guess.
Bye.
Is this program enjoyed by children?
Yes.
Would you say it was aimed more at children than at adults?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Lewis.
Is it a dramatic program?
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I
Yeah.
think.
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you say that you are a dancer and yet you produce a program? Does your program have something to do with dancing?
Yes.
Oh,
Is your lovely wife, Lady Murray, on the program? Are you Arthur Murray?
That's right, yes. Co-producer with Mrs. Murray of a weekly program on
Catherine
CBS.
Murray, yes.
Yes, indeed. That gave you a lot more trouble than I thought it was going to do, actually. And congratulations to you, Mr. Murray. I think you got them thoroughly confused.
And do a step for us.
Would you do a step as you go and say hello to the panel? It'd be nice. I'm sure they'd like to say hello to you, sir.
Shall we cha-cha?
Yeah.
Cha-cha on over here. It's a little hot for the cha-cha.
All right. Nice start, panel. Let's see what you can do with another challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? Right there. Jenny? Jenny Reiter, right? Is it, Mrs. Reiter. Mrs. Reiter, would you look at the panel? That's all. Bear up with me now. You just come with me. They're formidable, I know. But actually, they're all pretty nice people, and you just chop them up a little bit, not let them chop us up at all. Do you know how we keep the score here, Mrs. Reiter?
Oh, yes, sir.
Fine. Then let's let the folks at home and our friends here know exactly what your line is. Panel, Mrs. Reiter is self-employed, and let's begin the questioning with Paul Winchell.
Well, Mrs. Reiter, could there be a product involved in what you do?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Would this be possibly a product that I could use?
I think so. Hey, Winch, I can use it, too.
Never mind. Well, would this particular product make me happy?
In my opinion, it would.
It would make me happy.
I think so.
Well, would it change me in some way?
Perhaps.
You mean change your physical appearance, Mr. Winchell?
Well, I'd rather not pinpoint it that articulately because I might get a no.
I would say this, that you raised the point of whether it would create a condition of happiness to the degree that a sense of well-being would change you. We would agree that you'd be
You're going to
changed.
start with me again, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll accept that. Well, what I mean is this. Would it be an improvement? This change, would it be an improvement?
Well, here again, we go back to the basic term of reference. If you would be changed in any degree by being made happy, then we would consider this would be an improvement, yes.
I think he means that any change would be an improvement.
You said it.
Never mind. Well, all right, maybe I can try to narrow down the product. Would this particular product be found more exclusively in one type of store than in another?
Well, sometimes in a different store, sometimes yet in another store.
She's very kind. She's giving me a yes on
indeed.
flat
You got a
sergeant.
good one that time, and I'll just let it sit there,
Yes,
too.
I did. Well, the size of this product, could I possibly hold it in one hand?
Sometimes.
And sometimes I couldn't.
Sometimes you couldn't.
Well, is this product made of fabric?
Fabric.
Yes.
Ah.
I don't like that look on his face already. Mrs. Ryder,
No,
don't
sir.
pay attention to him. Say yes.
No,
Mrs. Ryder
sir.
was giving you the delayed one on that. That's
I
one.
want-
No, that's one down and 9 to go, Miss
Right.
Kilgallen.
Is this product found in the usual well-regulated home?
Well, I think so.
Certainly a great many, yes.
Is it anything that's consumed?
It is.
Could it be taken internally?
You mean inside the house?
No, John,
Shall I
dear.
answer this?
Inside the person.
Yes, you can take it internally.
Uh-huh. Do people take this as opposed to animals?
Well, of course people take it.
Well, you know what it is. I don't, Mrs. Ryder. Is it ever liquid?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it sold in a bottle?
Sometimes.
By that you mean you're misleading me, or it can also be sold in some other type of container?
I didn't hear that.
No, the answer is sometimes properly given.
Could it be found in a can?
Sometimes.
Is it better when it's cold than when it's warm?
Sometimes.
Well, would you ever have it at a picnic?
Sometimes.
Does it have foam on it when you
I
pour
beg
it?
your pardon, I didn't catch.
Does it have foam on it?
Sometimes.
It hasn't been standing too long, Dorothy.
Well, is it beer?
Yes.
Do you have something to do with beer? Do you make beer or sell beer?
Well, it has something to do with beer, yes.
Well, I have to find out what you...
Yes,
You
well-
are self-employed.
Yes.
Well, then, do you make beer?
I should say not.
No.
Oh,
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Lewis.
Well, Joe, you sell beer in one way or another.
Sell beer in one way or another, yes, but there's something
Do you
else.
wholesale beer?
Sometimes wholesale, sometimes something else.
I would say.
Do you have any
actually-
with you?
No, I would say actually that when you say, does Mrs. Ryder sell beer, basically you've got it. There's another aspect of it that is interesting.
A
is
tavern?
she a barmaid?
Is it domestic beer?
No. Go on. Now what happens if it's not...
Well, then she would have to import it.
Imported is right. Tuborg would be Danish?
Tuborg, the world famous Danish beer.
Danish, so
that's
it's
it.
imported. We haven't got any part of Denmark here that I know of.
Well, we also have the Augustina Brau, the
Is that
world
Danish,
famous.
too?
Oh, no, that's German from
That's
Munich.
German, from Munich. See, there you are. And you gave them a rough time, and thank you very
Oh,
much, Miss
thank
Wright.
you.
Nice to have you with us. And what's We come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which my colleagues once again have been blindfolded. Are the blindfolds all in place, panel?
No, I don't have my blind. Hey,
Jerry, what are you doing up here?
Jerry,
I'll
get
take the-
back down under that there
No,
desk
I'm
where
going
you
to
all
take a look
belong.
and tell him who it is.
Don't you dare.
You get down there.
It might be Edgar Bergen again. Never mind. Just get down.
All right, well, our mystery challenger, come in and sign in, please. All right, panel. As you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise. And let's begin it with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you a beautiful and glamorous actress?
I don't think so.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Lewis.
I heard whistling.
Oh, no, you're not, are you?
No.
Are you a beautiful and glamorous man?
No, I don't think so.
Are you in, may I ask
Yes,
a
we
real
will
question?
consider
Are you
that.
in the entertainment world?
Yeah, I've been in the entertainment world a long time.
Miss Francis?
Are you a performer in pictures?
Oh, a little bit.
Mr. Winchell?
A little bit. Well, are you primarily known for... No, I guess a little bit. Well, then are you primarily known for your work on television?
Sure enough, honey.
I know who it is. It's Senor Wences.
No, I don't think so. No.
No, it wouldn't be primarily known for work in television because there's another area in which our guest is also very active. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
I knew they were whistling at something. Does one of you sing?
I think so, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mr. Lewis?
Are you, is the singer here with his wife?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you perform together? I mean, in your appearances?
No, honey.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Winchell.
Well, I got Marlon Brando so far, but I don't have the girl. Do you have a steady weekly show?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Has one of you ever played the Copacabana?
Yeah.
Mr. Lewis?
Did I have the pleasure of working with one of you at a local New York station many years ago? When you were first starting and were very, very young.
Very, very young, yeah. Very, very young.
Miss Francis?
Is your wife in a different field from what you are in?
Sure enough, honey.
Mr. Winchell?
Well, the gentleman, is your work basically, are you well known as a singer?
I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so.
Miss Kilgallen?
And the lady, is she well known as Pier Angeli?
Oh.
Yes. I think that does it. Vic Damone. Mr. and Mrs. Vic Damone. And I have a suspicion, Vic, that this is by way of a birthday celebration, because if memory strikes me properly, your birthday was last week.
That's
and
right,
I
Wednesday.
think Mrs. Damone's is coming up in another day or two, isn't it?
That's right.
Is that why you're
The
here in New
19th.
York?
Well, I came over here because my husband is starting his television show.
And
July
also, I'm
2nd.
sorry. I think
July 2nd?
Yeah.
over CBS. And she's also here for, in the Metro Center here for the new MGM picture, Somebody Up There Likes Me, which is a life story of Rocky Graziano, of course.
Oh, yes.
And show enough, honey, show enough.
Southern Italian.
Southern Italian.
I think you did a wonderful job, and I appreciate it. Very good.
I appreciate it very much.
Very, very clever. Very
I
good.
must say it's wonderful to have had you both, and happy birthday a little bit late and a little bit previously.
Thank you.
All right. Panel, we have very little time left, a little more, about 3 minutes. Let's see what you can do with another challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please, sir? Wilbert. Baumgartner, right, sir? Oh. Where are you from, Mr. Baumgartner?
Hubbard, Ohio.
Hubbard, Ohio. Look at the panel. Panel, look at Mr. Baumgartner. Mr. Baumgartner, come with me. You know how we score this operation?
Yes, I do.
Fine. Let's let people at home and those with us here know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, you have just 2 minutes to see what you can do with Mr. Baumgartner. He's salaried. Let's begin with Arlene Francis.
I noticed Mr. Baumgartner, when the camera came on him, gave a sly wink to the audience. That was very sweet, Mr. Baumgartner. I take it you're happy in your job, are you?
Thank you. I am very happy.
You work for a profit-making organization?
No, I don't.
And you're happy anyway. I like that.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Winchell.
Do you work for the government?
Which?
Yes, I do.
Which government?
Well, I thought you wanted to be more specific, but that...
Oh, I see. Well, all right. The federal government?
No.
That's 2 down and 8
Well,
to
I
go,
was
Mr.
specific.
Kilgallen.
State of Ohio?
State of Ohio.
Oh. Do you have anything to do with
Is your question, does he work for the state of Ohio government? Is that your question?
Yes. He said yes.
No, I think he misunderstood you. I think he thought you were asking if he was from the state of Ohio. The
Oh, I
question
beg
is,
your
do you
pardon.
work for the state of Ohio?
No.
No. That would make it 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Lewis.
You are from Hubbard, Ohio, and you work for some government. Do you then possibly work for the city of Hubbard?
No.
That makes it 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, never mind any of that, then. How about law? Do you have anything to do with the lawful side of the government?
No.
That makes it 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Winchell.
Is there any product involved in this service which you perform?
Yes.
In a sense, yes. There's a product necessary to the functioning of the service.
Oh, well, is it necessary that I determine the product
It
necessary
would
to
be
the
helpful
functioning of the service?
It would be helpful if you want to be functional about the general functioning of the line of question.
Well, let's be functional, that's all.
All righty.
All right,
Actually, I'm afraid, Paul, that we've run out of time.
Oh.
It's too bad. It's a very tough one. I don't think he'd feel too badly. But I would say right off the bat, though, to settle Dorothy's questions, that he works for the county that he lives in Ohio. It's county government, not state, and he is inspector of beehives. See that the beehives stay healthy. Thank you, Mr. Baumgartner. You got the whole business story to read that. Now, and he says bees won't bite you if they're feeling good. Before our panel says goodnight, here's a word from our alternate sponsor. And not only that, if a bee's got a full stomach, he won't bite you. And so until next week, this is John Daly saying goodnight, Miss Arlene Francis.
Good night, John. Good night, Jerry, dear, and good night, Paul. Nice to have had you.
Thank you.
And nice being under the desk. You got a run in your stocking, you know.
I have.
Good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Bob. Good luck on the tour.
Thank you, Dorothy. Good night, John. You have a run in your sock.
Oh, and some good news. Our old friend and colleague Bennett Cerf will be back with us next week. He's been in Europe all these many weeks, as I think you've known. And to you, thanks very much for being with us tonight on What's My Line?
Travel arrangements on What's My Line are made through American Airlines. American Airlines flies our contestants in luxurious comfort aboard DC-7 flagship. This has been a Mark Lutz and Bill Tautman production in association with the CBS television network. Be sure to see the other Helene Curtis television programs, Caesar's Hour and $1 a Second.